They called her Sergeant Maria Santos, just another field medic bandaging wounds, handing out aspirin. Nobody knew she was holding a secret that could turn the tide when an IED ripped through forward operating base Phoenix, leaving 200 soldiers bleeding and a colonel pinned under rubble, needing to be carried 2 miles through enemy fire. Yeah, that happened. Maria was 32, brown eyes full of quiet compassion, hair always tied back tight like she meant business. She stood 5'5", carried herself with a steady calm you don't see every day. 8 months at FOB Phoenix, Bravo Company's medic the go-to for cuts, bruises, battlefield wounds. That was all anyone thought she was. But let me back up a sec. 3 years earlier, Maria Elena Santos was a trauma surgeon at Johns Hopkins Hospital in Baltimore. Harvard med grad, specialized in emergency surgery, battlefield trauma, a rising star on track to become their youngest department head. Then, one mistake, one exhausted moment after a brutal 36-hour shift cost a patient his life. The inquiry cleared her of negligence, but she never cleared herself. Walked away from a 6-figure career, the penthouse, the privilege, and enlisted as a simple medic, requesting to be as far from civilization as possible. She wanted to make it right, somehow. For 8 months, she kept her head down, cleaned wounds, dispensed meds, saved lives the best way she could without revealing the surgeon underneath. She liked the simplicity, no crushing responsibility of life and death decisions hanging over her shoulders. Until that Tuesday morning, 6:47 a.m., when the world exploded. Maria was restocking supplies in a medical tent when the first blast threw her to the ground. Windows shattered with the second. The third? That was no random mortar, that was a full-on, coordinated attack. She grabbed her bag and ran into hell. Outside was carnage unlike anything she'd ever seen, even in surgical residency. An IED detonated near the barracks, collapsing buildings, burying soldiers under tons of rubble. Secondary explosions turned the base into a nightmare zone. Blood everywhere, some soldiers still breathing, others not. Medic! Medic! The cries cut through the smoke and dust. Maria ran toward the collapsed barracks, where soldiers dug frantically to pull out their comrades. Sergeant First Class Williams, bleeding from shrapnel in his face, was trying to coordinate rescue efforts. "Thank God you're here, Santos," Williams said, blood dripping down. "We've got casualties everywhere. Start triaging. Figure out who we can save. No need to say the rest in mass casualty. You make brutal calls. Who gets help first? Who's already beyond it?" Maria's eyes scanned the wreckage, surgical training kicking in, seeing beneath the surface wounds, reading damage no one else could. There was a soldier trapped under concrete with crush injuries that looked fatal, but Maria knew his vital organs were still intact. He could live with surgery. Another, with horrendous head wounds, already gone. Fixed, dilated pupils, brain trauma. Then Williams called out, "Santos, we found Colonel Martinez alive, but bad." Maria ran to find Martinez pinned under a steel beam, conscious but pale, blood pooling under him from arterial bleeding that would kill him in minutes if not stopped. She knelt, hands moving fast and sure, cutting away his uniform, assessing. "Sir, I'm going to get you out of here," she said, though deep down she knew it was a lie. "How many casualties?" Martinez asked, voice weak but steady. Maria looked around, 50 soldiers needing immediate care, more still trapped. "Too many, sir." "Then do what you have to do. Save who you can." That hit Maria hard. Triage protocol meant Martinez would be expected to die so others could be saved. But she couldn't accept that. Not when she knew she could save him. "Williams," she said, "I need 4 soldiers to help move the colonel. We're carrying him to the aid station." "Are you crazy?" Williams asked. "He weighs 200 pounds. The aid station's 2 miles away, through unsecured territory, probably mined or under sniper fire." Maria looked at Martinez, fading fast. "Give me a backboard and the field surgery kit. I'm stopping his bleeding here. Then we move." "Maria, you're a medic, not a surgeon," Williams protested. But Maria's hands were already working, field kit instruments in hand, performing emergency surgery no medic should do outside a hospital. Ruptured spleen, arterial bleeding, possible liver damage. In a hospital, a team would take hours. Here, it was a death sentence without her skills. Williams, trust me. Bring me that kit. He ran off, leaving her alone with Martinez, working fast, inserting IVs, applying pressure, muscle memory of thousands of hours in operating rooms. Every movement deliberate, economical. Then Captain Johnson appeared, eyes wide. "Santos, what the hell are you doing?" "Saving his life," she said, not looking up. She was operating inside Martinez's abdomen with field gear, breaking every Army medical manual rule, but it worked. The bleeding slowed, blood pressure stabilized. "I need a carry team," Maria said. "4 soldiers, rotating every half mile. We're moving the colonel now." 2 miles through enemy territory, Johnson said, concerned. Maria cut him off. "I can keep him alive if we move now." She was lying, sort of. She could perform surgery in the field now, but saving everyone meant revealing a past she wasn't ready to share. Finished, she helped get Martinez onto a makeshift stretcher, then shocked everyone by hoisting the 200-pound colonel onto her shoulders in a fireman's carry. "Watch me," she said when Williams protested. The 2 miles ahead were the longest of her life, carrying Martinez through rough terrain. Snipers may be watching, stopping to check vitals, adjusting his position, using her own body as a human ambulance. Maria's years in residency had prepared her for exhaustion and endurance. Most couldn't imagine 36-hour shifts, life or death decisions, no rest. This was just a different kind of hospital, and the patient was on her back, not the table. Halfway through, Martinez woke. "Put me down. You're going to kill yourself." "Sir, respectfully, shut up and let me do my job," Maria replied. "My job is to save whoever I can right now." "That's you. How did you know what you did back there?" "That wasn't field medicine, that was surgery." Maria was quiet for a moment. Sometimes people have skills they don't talk about, the kind that save lives when it matters. They reached the evac point just as a medevac helicopter landed. Maria gently lowered Martinez, briefed the flight medic, who stared at her in disbelief. "That was advanced trauma surgery. Where did you learn that?" Maria looked at Martinez, stable now. "I learned it where I needed to." As the helicopter lifted off, she started the 2-mile walk back, dozens of wounded still needing help. And she'd already spent precious time on one. But something surprised her. A surgical team from a nearby hospital had arrived, handling what she couldn't. Williams approached. "You saved him. Martinez is going to make it because of you." "No, Maria Directive. We save him. It was a team effort." Williams shook his head. "I've never seen a medic work like that. That was something else." Maria didn't answer, already moving to the next soldier in need. 2 weeks later, Martinez returned, faster than expected. "Sergeant Santos," he said quietly, "I've been thinking about that day what you did. You performed surgery no medic should know. Who are you really?" Maria met his eyes. "I'm Sergeant Maria Santos, Combat Medic Bravo Company." "And before you were Sergeant Santos?" A long pause. "That doesn't matter, sir. What matters is now." Martinez smiled. "I'm recommending you for the Silver Star. Carrying me 2 miles through enemy fire, performing battlefield surgery beyond the call of duty." "Sir, I don't need recognition. I just need to do my job. Your job is saving lives. You're damn good at it, almost impossibly good." Maria met his eyes. "Some people are just good at their jobs, sir. Some have had other jobs that made them impossibly good at this one." He didn't push for details, and she didn't offer any, but from then on, there was understanding Maria Santos wasn't just a medic, she was something more. In the months after, soldiers came to her with conditions no medic could handle. Officers sought her advice on complex medical decisions. She never said a word about her past, but she stopped pretending she was just basic field medicine. When surgery couldn't wait for evacuation, she did it. 6 months later, she got orders instructor at the Army Medical School, teaching the next generation how to save lives under fire. Martinez recommended her. "SGT Santos has skills that exceed her qualifications. She's the pinnacle of what a combat medic can be." Maria accepted. She wouldn't reveal she was once DR. Maria Elena Santos, trauma surgeon, but she'd use everything she learned in both lives to make sure soldiers came home alive. She was a bridge between world civilian expertise and battlefield courage. She saved lives not because of titles or medals, but because saving lives was who she was no matter the uniform or expectations. And in the end, that was more than enough.